Welcome back to Ferris Sports Update. Time to check in with Bulldog women's basketball here in our final segment, and joined by assistant coach LaCara Selter. And coach, first of all, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Happy to be here. First time for everything. So
before we get into this past week's games, you being an assistant coach here at Ferris State in your first year, what's it like being here as a Bulldog and adjusting to Ferris State?
it's been very interesting. It's a great family atmosphere here. I love Big Rapids so far. Being a coach on this team is brand new to me. The energy, the players, just a tradition here, and the conference is probably one of the toughest conferences in the nation for Division II. So,
what's it been like working with the student athletes here in the Bulldog program and really getting to know them both on and off the floor?
it's been great. They are very passionate about not only their studies, but athletics as a whole. They're very outgoing in the community. They work so hard on and off the court. So it's been a pleasure working with them and helping them further themselves in education and in sports.
As we go to this past weekend, obviously on the road in the GLIAC, always tough to win games on the road here in the conference, and took on two pretty good opponents in Saginaw Valley and Wayne State over the weekend.
Yeah, Saginaw had a press that kind of gave us some trouble. We had a couple turnovers that game. Wayne State, we just couldn't get it done at the end, but no negative things about those teams. They came out, they came hard and played us hard, and we just got to come and play. That's pretty much it.
Obviously here against Saginaw Valley, and the first half got off to a great start. You guys built a 14-point lead here in the first half and played some good basketball here early on.
Yeah, we moved the ball pretty well. We were setting screens. We were very active on defense. We held them to 8 points that quarter, I believe. So we were doing it on all cylinders. It looked good. We were confident about it. They were knocking down shots, taking their time. So we had a rhythm in the first quarter, I would say.
Obviously, they had a couple talented players that really played well. Caitlin Zaricki and Tori DePerry both had some pretty big ball games for them to get them back in it.
Oh, they did. They made some great, tough shots. Some we fouled them on. They had some and ones, but they worked well together towards the end of the game, and they did it for their team. They held it up.
Obviously, for Ferris State, Kinsey Bowers had a nice ball game, 16 points to kind of lead you guys, and a player that has got better and better here as a Bulldog.
She did. I think she's still adjusting from, coming from Division I to Division II and just building the chemistry on this team. As time goes by, Kinsey will bloom into the player that we know her to be and what we see in practice every day, the passes, the scoring. So this game was great for her. Proud of her. Happy that she got out of her shell a little bit and she actually did some things we were proud of.
Obviously, playing here at Saginaw Valley State, how tough of an environment is this to play in here in the conference?
It was pretty nice. Their student section was live in effect. They had their all white going on, so they were pretty prepared for us. Their band was kind of heckling us a little bit, but it was a pretty tough environment. I think our girls saw that. They felt that we had some fans there too. So sometimes some away games do feel like home games with our support from our fans. Obviously,
they hit some big shots here in the second half as well, and sometimes you give up some opportunities like that when you're playing here on the road.
Yeah, it's hard when you see an offensive rebound go up and they make it and it's a foul and an and one. So they had some great shots down low towards the end of the game. This right here was a tough basket by Zaricki. Like she went to work on that. She had a game.
Obviously here in the GLIAC, that experience of players like DePerry and Zaricki that have kind of been around here. You've got some younger kids that are still kind of filling out the GLIAC.
We do. I think it's the beauty of our team that we have freshmen getting that experience early. So when they become those sophomores and juniors, they're able to play against people they've been playing for years. They still have things to fill out though, and we have people in our conference take advantage of freshmen as they should. They're seniors, but I feel confident in them. They're growing each and every day, and they're learning each and every day.
Obviously, a tough setback as you open up that road swing, but then you had to turn right back around. How nice is it, I guess, after a tough loss to have a game a couple days later and knowing you have another chance, maybe at redemption on the floor?
It's great. You just want to see the players' mindsets. You want to see how quick they can turn things around. I know a day or two is short to have a whole other game, study a whole other opponent, but it's interesting to see the players' mindsets and how hungry they are to get better and then go out there and play even harder. Took
on Wayne State here on Saturday, and one of those games when you're playing on the road, tough shooting, especially here early on in the first quarter for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, it just seemed like every shot just hit the rim and came out. It was just hard. Their goals are different. They have professional goals, so we expect a little of us to slump a little bit. Towards the end of the game, we start getting some shots to knock down. We start getting things to go for us. Yeah, but it was a tough half for us at first, but we came back. We cut within 3, I want to say, before halftime. So, yeah.
Maybe talk about the resiliency. Obviously got off to a slow start, but they battled back and found a way to get themselves back in the ballgame.
Yeah, we're a tough team. Everybody knows that we battle back. Like, I think that's the beauty of our game, that we don't quit, we don't stop. And we battled back this game. We were down 13-4. I believe the halftime score was 24-27 or 24-26. And after that, the third quarter, we were going tit for tat with them. Fourth quarter, we came back, got the lead, and things didn't really go our favor. Offensive rebounds happened, tough shots happened. But our fight in this game was something that doesn't go unnoticed.
Obviously, here at halftime, you mentioned it, down a couple points at halftime. What was maybe the theme going into the second half about having an opportunity to try to win this game?
Just fighting, not giving up, being resilient, being the Bulldog team we know to be. I know in the past we've had teams that have been resilient, and we're the same team. We didn't give up. We started moving the ball well, passing the ball. People started heating up, so we started getting the flow of our rhythm. The energy started to increase and take over.
Obviously, here as you get ready to move down the later stages of the game, you lost Chloe Idoni, I think, here with 5 minutes left in the game. How much did that hurt not having her on the floor?
It hurts us, but that's the reason why we have other players. They have to step up, and I tell our players all the time, you never know your number's going to be called. You never know when you have to step up in those big moments, and that was one they had to do. And I believe that Amaka, she stepped up pretty well. She played her heart out. We just didn't get the outcome we wanted to get.
Obviously, you put these two behind you now, and you don't have a whole lot of time to really reflect on those. You get ready to take on two good opponents in Michigan Tech and Northern Michigan this week.
Yeah, both tough opponents. Michigan Tech just came off a big game, beating Grand Valley at the buzzer. Northern Michigan, they're long, they're athletic, they're big. So both two tough opponents, but the beauty of it, we get them in our gym. So hopefully we turn it around and we give them what they're asking for.
I know I talked to Coach Westendorp after the game, 11-7 overall, and here heading into the final month of the regular season, still a lot of goals out there in front of these girls if they can come out and play some great basketball.
That's true. They want it. The question now is how bad do they want it? And I think they have that fire under them now. They know that we've lost some games we should have never probably lost. So they know the second half of the season is going to ramp up. We've seen these teams once, so now we know what to do.
Obviously, taking on these teams for the second time, how much do you look back at those games that were played maybe a month or so ago? And obviously, both teams have played a lot of basketball between then and now.
We look at them a lot. We look at what they ran against us, and then we look at what they ran previously against the opponents they played here closely in the future. So we just reflect on what we did well, what we didn't do well, and we're just going to work on it and gain from that.
Well, Coach, thanks for the time. Bulldogs taking on Michigan Tech on Thursday night and Northern Michigan on Saturday, and best of luck.
Thank you so much.
That'll do it for Ferris Sports Update. A reminder, you can follow all the action online at ferrisstatebulldogs.com. Have a great week.